Thank you, Allison. Good morning, everyone. This is pretty exciting. So on May 6th, 1954, history was made as Roger Bannister became the first person to break the 4-minute mile. Now, the story has become legendary since before Bannister, physiologists had long thought that running a 4-minute mile was impossible, if not potentially deadly. And even if you know this story, you may not know all of it. For instance, 2 years before that, Bannister suffered a crushing disappointment in the 1952 Olympics, where he finished fourth in the 1,500-meter race. And this is a race that he was largely favored to win. And he toyed with the idea of giving up athletics altogether before setting his sights on a new vision, that of breaking the 4-minute mile. Now, in preparing for the race, Bannister fine-tuned his running style, getting rid of all unnecessary movements to maximize speed and minimize effort. He designed punishing routines on the treadmill for both himself and his pacemakers, and he had special shoes made, crafted purposely for just 3 races and 12 laps. And the shoes were 50% lighter than his previous pair. Now, I saw some of you in the gym this morning. Could you imagine running a race in these shoes? I can't. On the day of the race, Bannister contemplated pulling out, giving unfavorable wind conditions. But after being encouraged by his coach and his pacemakers, he took his place on the track and he earned his place in history. Now, Bannister's story proves the impossible is possible with the right ingredients: vision, preparation, and collaboration. And I have the privilege of speaking with digital and technology leaders across our client base regularly. And each has a vision for where they want to take their FI. They have planned for success, and they recognize they can't go it alone if they are to cross the finish line and set a new bar for themselves. To be sure, this race is tough. In one lane, mega banks with their significant size and scale. And in the other lane, neobanks with lucrative VC and PE funding as the wind at their backs. And for Alkami, we're here to help you, whatever your race strategy. Some of you look to us to provide more of an off-the-shelf solution, while others desire more extensibility and integrations. And neither approach is wrong. Your race depends on your vision and plan that's unique to your FI. And not unlike Bannister's pacemakers, in order to help you go faster, Alkami must go faster. And doing so requires us to set the conditions of our collective race for success through the architectural choices that we make along the way. And like Bannister, we are all running at a sprinter's pace, but we're not just running the metaphorical mile. We're actually in a marathon. And your digital banking platform must go the distance with you. So there's 3 areas today that I want to focus on and explain how we are committed to picking up the pace to help you go faster. The first is platform architecture, the second is data, and the third is user experience. Now, the sum of these parts is reflected in the power, extensibility, and scale of the Alkami digital banking platform. So last year, if you heard me speak, I stated, features are fleeting, architecture endures. I want to dive a little bit deeper into that this year. So think about platform and the word platform. On its own, it's pretty generic, but it's also one that can be used to describe the very foundation of a technology or a product. And it can also be used to be a bit more descriptive, as you've already heard me reference the Alkami digital banking platform. And like everything in the technology space, platforms evolve. And platform architecture is so important in that evolution. And when you think about the genesis of a platform, it typically starts off as a small application and it grows over time. At some point in time, that application has grown to a monolith, very large code base, tightly coupled, unwieldy at times. And then you decide that monolith is too slow, it's too big, or it's just inefficient. So you decide to change up the design paradigm, and maybe you move to something like microservices. And as part of that move now, you've kind of put your toe in the water of distributed systems. You may be running those services in multiple data centers or multiple regions, and you're focused on delivering better resiliency and scale and performance for your application. And over time, that platform continues to expand. Maybe you look for new data options or data storage options as you scale that platform. Maybe you introduce caching to help that platform improve, and on and on. Technology is just endless, it seems at times. But all of this is with a focus on delivering a suite of products and services to your end users. Focusing on that product that we bring to market is so incredibly important for us. And for that reason, we incorporate client feedback throughout the product lifecycle. But for tech companies, often the platform itself should be viewed as a product, if not the product. It has features and capabilities that grow over time, and it requires the same care and feeding as a product to stay fresh. And some would even argue that it requires more care and feeding because it is so important to the features it powers on the platform. And the primary customers of a platform? Developers. And for developers, developer experience matters. How easy is it to ramp up and start contributing? How efficient am I with the tech stack and the tooling provided? Do I have what I need to deliver beautiful experiences? Developers care about all of that and more. APIs matter. SDK and extensibility matter. And one of the most exciting things about thinking about a platform as a product and recognizing that your customers are developers is you realize that you actually have two sets of customers. You have internal developers, those that are building and evolving the platform, and you have external customers, external developers, our customers, our partners, our ecosystem. Now, our platform is driven by hundreds of real-time integrations to critical back-office systems. Our SDK welcomes innovation wherever the source. And last year, we had over 1,000 SDK submissions for our platform. That's almost double what we had in 2020. And that's an encouraging trend. It's one that suggests we're getting better at leveraging the extensibility of the platform. And with every release that we have, our API coverage expands. And as I have spoken with digital technology leaders, it's clear that if we are to win, Alkami must add value to your tech stack, wherever that might be. For some of you, you see Alkami as the center or hub of your tech stack. And then others see us as essential, one of many players that must interoperate with several prominent vendors across your ecosystem, even if we're not the center of that tech stack. And still others look to us for pre-integrated, off-the-shelf solutions that require little to no customization. Now, there is no agenda that is right or wrong, only the one that is better for you and your FI based on the race that you're running. And this isn't as trivial as simply segmenting it based off of asset class or user size. As I speak with the digital and technology leaders and think about the asset classes and user sizes, we find that neither of them are the predictive indicator of the innovation agenda and where a company like Alkami fits within it. To put a finer point on it, I invite you to hear two visionary leaders as they explain where they see Alkami as part of their ecosystem. Now, each represents approximately $5 billion in assets under management, and each has between approximately 250,000 and 375,000 members. So let's hear how, despite having similarly sized assets and member sizes, their vision of Alkami couldn't be more different.
My name is Barnabas Siradi. I'm the Chief Digital Officer of CEFQ. We are a $5.2 billion federal credit union based in Albany, New York, and we currently serve about 375,000 members. When I look at platforms, there's a number of attributes that I'm considering. Looking at the code base, is it a single code base for all devices? Is it a single platform for our retail and business users? How extensible it is through API and SSO connectivity? Is it going to allow us to build a modular enterprise design? which is what we're trying to build here. We view our digital banking partner and our platform to be a very important part of the ecosystem, not only because it serves as the primary member interaction point, but also it is the service integration layer. So when you think about our core banking, card processors, statement providers, so on and so forth, there are literally 30-some providers that currently integrate into our online banking platform, and that number is just going to continue to grow.
My name is Scott Raby. I'm Vice President of Digital Development at STCU out of Spokane, Washington. And at STCU, we just passed the $5 billion mark and serve 250,000 members in Washington, Idaho, and getting into Oregon. So at STCU, we partnered with Alkami for a long period of time, and they've been a key part of our platform and the strategy for digital banking. And the way that we've always seen them is they are kind of the mall, if you will, the shopping mall. And they fill a lot of the key stores that are in there. They take care of transactions, they take care of bill payments. But we also have other third parties that we like to plug in and let them take up some of the shops in that mall. And so we're able to, on a platform, easily integrate those in and use them the way we want. And then we also have things that we build out at STCU, and we like those to be able to tightly integrate into this. And there are times when Alkami will actually not just be the mall, but they might be a store within a different mall for us. And so the e-communications components of that, they're both players in communicating to our members, but they're also kind of a subset of a bigger picture communication and e-strategy that we have.
So these are just two extraordinary leaders in our client base, and each has a different point of view that reflects the unique identity of the institutions that they serve. So at Alkami, we must respond at scale to meet their unique needs, along with thousands of others in the market. That means our platform must be highly extensible and highly performant. For this leg of the race, you will see Alkami continue to evolve our platform by focusing on developer experience, with expanded API coverage and SDK capabilities with mobile, as well as embracing new technologies to further automation, scale, and performance of the entire platform. Now, the next leg of the race entails data. And Alkami owns what we believe to be the richest and most complete digital banking data set in the regional and community financial institution market. We have over 12 million users with approximately 20 million open accounts who generated nearly 5 billion transactions in 2021 alone. Now, similar to and in concert with platform architecture, data and data architecture is foundational not just to the application, but the platform itself. The requirements and expectations around data continue to evolve at a rapid pace, and the enabling technologies for data are being delivered equally fast. So a data platform is the key to unlocking the value of your data. And Alkami is committed to providing you with a data flywheel that fuels your speed precisely when it matters most, in that moment of truth between your FI and the customer or member it serves. To do so, we must move from analyzing data at rest to harnessing it in motion. We want to deliver you structured data precisely when you require it to help you grow, scale, or mitigate risk. And as we consider the value of adding Segment to the Alkami platform, not only will blending Alkami's data set with Segment's provide you with a more holistic view of your account holders, it will enrich Segment's data for greater precision and speed. Ultimately, analyzing that data in real time while in motion changes the conditions of the race in your favor. User experience. So while user experience can sometimes feel like a soft pursuit, there is hard evidence that it is linked to product penetration. And Alkami's own research shows that highly engaged digital banking consumers are more likely to have more products with their PFI. That's why we focus so relentlessly on providing you with an intuitive, engaging, and functional user experience for your customers and members. To do so, we rely on continuous user testing throughout the development process. We use the system scalability, System Usability Scale, or SUS, which has been coined the NPS of user experience and has become an industry standard across many tech industries with references in over 600 publications. And it entails using a quick 10-question survey to measure the usability of a particular system, like a digital banking application. Based on the scoring, a SUS of 80.3 is considered the equivalent of a promoter in NPS, and at Alkami we set the bar even higher at 90+, meaning that we rigorously test new features along the way to gain promoters for your FI through the digital banking experience that we offer. But remember, we're in a race, so designing functional, intuitive, and engaging UX is necessary but not sufficient. We must also be fast. And we must deliver to you components to customize your experience to suit the race that you're running. This means the design system we use must be as agile, componentized, and extensible as the digital banking platform it supports. That's why we chose to completely reimagine not only the mobile experience and technology, but the design system itself. One way that we attain speed is by developing a unified mobile code base, leveraging Flutter, which allows for continuous software delivery. Through continuous delivery, we constantly optimize the UX to keep it current with competitive alternatives, relying on SUS testing to incorporate user feedback throughout the development process. Since Flutter is build once, deploy anywhere code architecture, we gain speed to market advantages together. But the user also earns a speed benefit. Flutter allows us to compile our code to match hardware performance. So what does that mean to your users? A faster user experience, one that is optimized to the device. Now, Flutter gives us speed, but we also need customization. For that, we use our Iris design system, which allows you to customize the user experience to conform to your FI's brand identity. And we've incorporated Iris's modular design elements into Theme Builder, a self-service capability which allows you to customize the color, font, navigation, layouts, icons, and more of your UX. And that gives you the best of both worlds: continuous UX updates based on the latest user testing, and the ability to tailor the look and feel to your FI's unique needs. But that's still not enough. Like Bannister with his pacemakers, we realize that running this race is a team effort. We must leverage the growing developer ecosystem around us, including your internal developers and third parties, including those in Alkami's partner ecosystem, as a tailwind. And as we build toward the future, our Flutter architecture provides for native SDK capabilities to make our design system as extensible as the digital banking platform itself. Now, our new mobile experience launches in the next few weeks, and this launch has been the result of countless hours of iterative development and testing, working hand in hand with our remarkable clients who so generously provided your talent and time to the cause. Thank you for helping us collectively achieve this monumental milestone. So it's the combination of platform, data, and user experience that creates Alkami's digital banking platform. It's one that delivers speed and customization. It is one that is both robust and intuitive, and it's one that is market proven across more than 170 financial institutions, yet flexible enough to accommodate the unique needs within each. Because whether we are the center of your tech stack, a prominent partner that must play well with others, or a pre-integrated solution that requires little to no customization on your part, we must be competitive across all spectrum of options to enable your unique race strategy. And that entails giving you the building blocks in UX, integrations, and data to support your tech agenda. When we do that well, we can operate anywhere in your tech ecosystem while adding value to the whole, all without sacrificing our ability to meet you exactly where you are and help propel you to where you want to be. This truly is a marathon, not a sprint, one that requires vision and preparation to understand where we are and, more importantly, where we're going. in collaboration to help ensure that we are creating what you need to drive the value that you desire. And to our clients, I want to thank you for trusting us with your digital banking platform, regardless of where it sits in prominence in your tech stack. For our partners, we run this race by your side, putting the best minds to work in developing the next generation of products that are currently confined to our imagination. And to our prospects, I welcome you to explore the Alkami difference in harnessing the power of collaboration and innovation, indeed what CoLab is all about this week. Alone, we go fast, but together, we go far. And I couldn't be more humbled to run our race with you. Thank you.